Hello, hello. All right, you guys, I'm super excited, excuse me, to share all this information with you. I'm going to wait a few minutes for some people to start jumping on, hopefully. As you're jumping on, say hello. Let me know if you're watching this live or if you're watching the replay. Hashtag live, hashtag replay. Y'all know the drill. What time is it? 6:37. I'll get started in a couple of minutes. So there's going to be a lot of information on this live. A lot. So you're going to want to grab yourself a notebook and a pen, and you're going to want to take notes. Hello, hello. That's sage burning. You can probably see the smoke. As you're jumping on, say hello. My name's Andrea. I'm a quantum manifestation coach and spiritual mindset mentor, a mompreneur, a wellness advocate. I work from home. I have 3 little ones and another one on the way anytime now. This month at some point will be my second home birth. Planning my second home birth, so pending all goes well, which I totally expect that it will. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to give you my little disclaimer first. My disclaimer is that I always encourage people to do their own research and form their own beliefs. Your beliefs are powerful. They create your reality. So take what resonates and leave the rest. If your beliefs are serving you well, if you're happy with your beliefs and you're living a life that you love and all those things, then I say more power to you. If your beliefs are not serving you well, then maybe it's time to release them. So that is my disclaimer. I'm not here to tell anybody what to believe. These are my beliefs, and I believe that my beliefs create my reality, and what I believe and follow now is serving me personally, serving me well. So, hi Christy. Hello, hello. Thanks for jumping on. What the heck? There's something on this chair back here. From the kids. Bothering me. So, all right. A little bit about me, just to give you a little bit of my story. My coaching journey began in January 2020, but to take it even a step further, I became an entrepreneur in November 2017. I started an online business. I realized people had limiting beliefs, including myself, and there was, that we had to work on ourselves and human transformation and all the things. When you start a business from home, it really makes you take a deep dive into personal development. And so I decided from November 2017, after doing my business and realizing people have limiting beliefs, I wanted to be able to help people overcome those limiting beliefs. And so January 2020, y'all remember, I've been sharing my story for years and going live and showing up and doing all the things and sharing everything that I'm learning. I put up a post and I said, Andrea K. Shive, transformational life and success coach, spiritual mindset mentor, intuitive healer, and Reiki master. That was January 2020. I made that decision and I took one huge leap of faith after another. Joining courses, I got certified as a life and success coach, certified in NLP, EFT, hypnotherapy, time techniques. From there, I got certified in the Akashic Records, which is basically the quantum field, the superconscious, right? The book of life. It's an infinite field of memory or mind that is outside of the ego and the unconscious, right? After that, I took courses and courses and learning and studying quantum physics, investing hundreds of hours into my personal development, thousands of dollars into my personal development, into myself, courses and all the things. And then I took a Alchemy of Integrative Coaching course for Master Transformational Coaching, got certified in that. And then most recently, about a year ago, Magnetic Mind Coaching, which is really what I love doing, what I'm focused on, the 5 steps to conscious creation, superconscious transformation recodes. So I'm a certified magnetic mind coach. There was less than 500. The number's growing. There's like 700 of us in the world right now, certified magnetic mind coaches through conscious education. I love, love, love the material and what they teach. And this is why I consider myself a quantum coach. And we're going to get into all that. I'm thirsty. Whew. All right, so a lot of information. So I'm going to get started. I'm probably going to be bouncing around a little bit. Just have so much to share. So, yeah, well, just to finish off my story, now I'm a magnetic mind coach, and my intentions are to be able to help people affordably to make the shift back into creation, to awaken to their true divine spiritual nature, to transform their lives, raise consciousness of humanity, and ultimately transform the world. So I believe that we are beings of light, pure, unconditional love and light. We come from source energy, from God, from spirit, from nature, whatever you choose to call it. We came from singularity. We came from oneness. We are actually one. This is what quantum physics teaches, okay? Doesn't matter what you call it. We're spiritual beings having a human experience, okay? You can call it God, source, universe, divine intelligence, infinite creator, the quantum field, whatever, what have you. See, human beings love to label things. We give it a name, try to figure it out. Trying to figure out all that this is and put it in a box limits all that it is. Hi, Carrie. Okay, so we're actually limitless in truth, all right, what we are. We've been so dumbed down, drugged up, and disempowered, but we are awakening, so that's the good news. So we're spiritual beings. We agree to come here. We descend into the 3D density. We have soul contracts and soul agreements. We agree that we're going to experience certain things. The whole purpose is to experience life here on earth, to learn, to grow, to expand, and ultimately to evolve as spiritual beings. We're spiritual beings in the quantum, okay? Yes, we live in a 3D material world, but this is really like it's an illusion when it comes down to it. We'll get into that a little bit more as well. But we agree to come here because we need a body to experience life here in this plane, in this 3D density. But we get caught in the illusion that this is real because of our senses, our 5 senses. You know, we smell, we see, we hear it, so it must be real, right? So we get caught up in the illusion that this is real because our senses fool us. We go through things so that we can grow through things. So pain, suffering, sadness, in this plane, it's all meant to challenge us, because how else would we grow? All growth happens outside of your comfort zone, right? If you're not challenged, you're not experiencing, you're not going to grow, you're not going to learn. Okay, so that is the point of learning and experiencing pain, right? But we have the ability to transmute that pain, to turn our experience into wisdom, so that we can have more joy and satisfaction in our life. Or we could choose to keep repeating the same thing over and over and over, which a lot of us do. We get stuck in these patterns and these unconscious loops, and we keep creating the same thing over and over and over because we don't understand our power. But we wouldn't be able to evolve and transform without these challenges. So diamonds, right, are formed under pressure. So once you access the quantum, separation no longer exists. Separation is an illusion. We're all connected to source energy, to God, to spirit, to the universe. All right? I refer to God as the ocean, and we're all drops of the ocean, right? Drops of the ocean are still the ocean, right? So this is why we're a collective consciousness. Together we're more powerful. But we each still we're mini creators creating on behalf of the source. All right, we still all have that creative energy within us. It is the essence of our being. All right, so the experience is about expressing the divine through us. We're vessels for this infinite source. Like I said, call it God, spirit, quantum, Akashic records, whatever you want to call it, the universe, source, spirit, right? But we can transmute our pain, our experience, turn it into wisdom and make it an emotion without the charge. See, what happens is we create a memory of something that happened, and it brings up an emotion that triggers us, right? The painful experience. We think about the betrayal. We think about, we're bitter. We have all these emotions. Excuse me. We're angry. We hold on to unforgiveness. Unforgiveness is like one of the worst things that you can hold on to. But being able, I'm losing my voice. Excuse me. Being able to transmute that is powerful. And once you begin to transmute it within yourself, then you can begin to help others do the same thing. And this is alchemy, okay? Alchemy is being able to transmute a negative to a positive using the power of love to create miracles in your life. All right, so you must overcome these states of I'm a victim, it's all happening to me. You start to awaken and you realize that it's happening for you. It's happening to teach you, to grow you, okay? So it's all happening for your good. But if you don't overcome these states, you stay anchored in 3D. 3D is the material world, the lower densities, where people are stuck in fear, survival, anger, unforgiveness, bitterness, resentment. Excuse me, my voice, you guys. But if you do not do the inner work in this lifetime, and you do not transcend or make the ascension, as so many people are right now, into the 5D, you'll get to the end of your life and you'll be like, you want another chance. Okay? You'll get to the end of your life and you'll look, what did I actually do? Right? You never really awaken. And so you'll pass on, but what you are is infinite and eternal. And so you say, hey, okay, I actually want to go back. I want to try over. And you come back into the 3D density. You forget all over again why you're here. You experience, and the whole point is to awaken and remember who you are. To remember that you are a piece of the divine source, the infinite creator, and that you have power within you. Okay? And you keep working towards your evolution. But you start to wake up. Once you suffer enough, you get to a point where you're like, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Always sick, always tired, not enough money, not enough this. What am I doing with my life? What is happening? What is going on? And you awaken, and then you begin to understand that you are creating it. Okay? So all your senses become elevated and you begin to see reality from another dimension. When you begin to ascend, which has been happening to me, and I often ask people, like, do you see things differently? It looks different, and it does. Everything is sharper, clearer. You see things for what they really are. You see the beauty, the blessings, and the abundance that surrounds you. You start to see things, you're from another dimension, a higher frequency or a higher vibration, okay? Which we'll get into a little more as well, into what we are, energy, frequency, and vibration, and a couple of the hermetic principles behind all of that I'm going to talk about. So you come here to experience it all, right? That's why we need duality or polarity here on earth. We need that good and the bad, the yin and the yang. We need that balance, okay? So that we can experience, and when we finally evolve back to oneness, we go back to oneness, and we're going to just dump all this wisdom, all this experience, everything that we've learned back into oneness, back into God, back into the source. All this information that we're collecting is simply so that the source, God, source, universe, can experience life. It couldn't go out and do it, so it sent us out, made in the image of this infinite creator, to go out, create, experience life. We are vessels for God. Whether you call it God or source or universe or divine intelligence, again, that does not matter. It doesn't matter what you call it. All right? So we're just the mind of God. All is mind. That's the hermetic principle. We're going to talk about that. But And you're going to say, hey, it was one heck of an experience, one heck of a journey. I learned so much. What else do you got? Let's go. It's all about experience, okay? And we go and we do it again. But the important thing to realize is that we're spiritual beings having a human experience. There's far more beyond all this, all right? It's the infinite quantum field of pure creative conscious energy. It's creating all things. It is all things. It's creating all things. Everything is it. There's nothing outside of it. Okay? Again, God, source, universe, whatever you choose to call it, so be it. Doesn't matter. But the field is actually creating matter. So what is more real? All right? All right, so pain. I said I was going to be bouncing around a little bit. There's a lot of information to share. But yeah, pain, right? Human beings are driven by two things. Pain or pleasure. We either do something to avoid pain or to increase pleasure or to gain pleasure, right? That's short term, though, right? So, example, something long term, like you might, in the moment, you want pleasure by eating a Snicker bar, which in the long term, if you do eat one like every day, that's going to lead to pain over time. So our unconscious doesn't distinguish between that, but we're driven by either pain or pleasure, all right? So when we're able to take our experiences and we get to that point where we say, enough is enough, I am ready to take charge of my life, my emotions, my thoughts, and do the work, do something different, that's when we take our power back and we can begin to transmute that pain into power and purpose and aim it towards sharing our experience, our message to help others, to serve the world, right? So pain can either be our driving force or the reason that we don't do something. We get to choose, though. You can either make excuses or you can make progress, but you cannot make both, right? A lot of people use their pain as an excuse. You don't know what I've been through. And I know, I get it. We've all been through so many things, pain and trauma and wounds and all the things. We can't live in the past. You can't create a new future stuck in a familiar past. You have to transmute that shit. You have to shift it. Because if you don't, you stay stuck, anchored in the 3D, you will never create something new for yourself. All right? So, life isn't against you. It's happening for you. We want to create a vision and fall in love with it, right? So most people are focused on their pain and their past. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I'm going through. All these things outside of me, they're all happening to me. I'm a victim. And in a victim mindset and not the growth mindset of, what is this trying to teach me? What is this trying to teach me so that I can grow and move on from this experience and release it, because it's not serving me to hold on to this stuff. It's not serving us to hold on to pain and suffering. Dr. Joseph Murphy, I love his quote. He says, ignorance is the only sin and suffering is the consequence. Jesus said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Carl Jung says, until the unconscious becomes conscious, it will rule your life and you'll call it fate. We believe that we have no control over our reality, when in truth, we are creating our reality. Our beliefs, our thoughts, our feelings, and our emotions are creating our reality. We have to do inner work, healing, okay? A lot of people talk about healing. Healing your past identities, your wounds, your traumas. But you know what? We don't want to focus on that either. You can just release that shit, let it go, and move on. That's the true secret to change. You don't want to dwell on the problems, because what you focus on expands. So if we think that we got to fix ourselves, we're focused on the problem. We're not broken. We don't need to be fixed. The secret to change is really to focus our energy on creating the new, not on trying to fight the old, right? Because what we focus on, we get more of, right? So, do the inner work. You got to remove the limiting beliefs, that could be, a lot of them passed down. 7 generations, at least, things are passed down in our DNA, in our epigenetics, our beliefs, our thoughts, our feelings, emotions, even epigenomic imprinting before you are conceived or weeks before conception. Thoughts, feelings, and emotions of both parents get encrypted into the DNA of a baby that is in the womb or not even conceived yet, right? So we're passing stuff down generationally. You get stuff from your parents and your grandparents before that and before that. And now we're passing that shit down to our kids. And then you got to get to the point where you say enough is enough. It ends here. They say it runs in the family. I say this is where it runs out. And you have the opportunity to break those generational curses within your family, within your bloodline, to create a whole new timeline for your family. A new timeline. Maybe your family's been living in poverty for generations, and now you come and you create abundance and you create wealth, a new timeline for your family and your children, right? And for the world ultimately. But you get to choose. You just got to remove these things, remove the limiting beliefs, remove the negative emotions, remove the resistance. And we'll get into how we can do that in a very easy process called superconscious transformation recodes. All right? But you get to choose. You could be a victim or a victor. All right? So it's what you focus on. Okay? So if you're focused on your pain, I'm a victim. Why is this happening to me? I don't deserve this. You're focused on the wrong thing. All right? You got to shift. You got to begin to awaken. All right? And that is the process of human transformation. The whole human journey, as said, is about awakening, remembering who you are, learning, experiencing life, growing, expanding, and evolving. So, let's see. Let's talk a little bit about universal law, the principles of the universe, the Hermetic principles. So, what are the Hermetic principles? If you've heard of Hermes, Thoth, the Emerald Tablets, they are very ancient, millennia ago. You'll hear of Hermes or Thoth in like Egyptian times, but they are principles of the universe, all right? So I'm going to go through 6 of them. The first one is the principle of mentalism. The principle of mentalism. It says that all is mind. The universe is mental. It's that singularity, that source energy. It all stemmed from that. It's one infinite mind, the quantum field that is creating all things, right? So everything is here twice, in the invisible and then the visible. What do I mean by that? It's all is mind. It's created first here in your mind. Okay, you can't physically see that, but you create through your imagination. What you imagine in your mind, what you think in your mind, you can hold in your hand. Your thoughts become things. We manifest from the inside out. Okay? So all creation first begins in the mind, in the invisible spiritual realms of the mind, and then it manifests into the physical. So the principle of materialism says that all is mind. Created here first, and then it shows up in the physical. All right? And our imagination plays a huge, huge part in that. What we imagine, right? So what are you thinking about every day? What are you imagining for your life? Where do you imagine you're going to be in 5 years? Or are you focused on, I'm never going to amount to anything. I can never create anything. I tried it before. It didn't work. I don't have time. I don't have money. Like, that's the thing. We're so focused on the material world. We've been so trained and conditioned because there is so much going on outside of us, right? That we tend to neglect our true divine spiritual nature, our inner world. And that's where all creation begins. So Number 2, the principle of correspondence. The principle of correspondence says, as above, so below, as within, so without, which is also biblical. You'll find it in the Christian Bible, right? So, again, meaning that we manifest from the inside out. Our inner world creates our outer world. The law of correspondence, your mindset. Yeah, I'll share this. I said it was going to be a lot of information. I just have been having like these intuitive moments, and I was like, I had to write stuff down, and I wanted to share it all. It's a crash course on, like I said, manifestation, the human journey, transformation, spirituality, all the things. So, the principle of correspondence, again, as above, so below, as within, so without. That's number 2. Number 3, the principle of vibration. So this is huge. Everything vibrates, nothing is still. E equals MC squared. Everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. It would not be, this live would not be possible without energy, frequency, and vibration. Physical matter is an illusion. Everything is actually light, information, energy, frequency, vibration. And so this device, the phone, breaks me down, the light and the pixels and all the things that I am, the information, sends it through the field, okay, into there. It's information's all around us. It's like Wi-Fi. You can't see it, you can't smell it, you can't touch it, you can't taste it, but it's obviously here. This magical device is breaking the information that I am down, sending it through to you, that you're able to see me, to hear me, and all the things on the other end. How could you break down something that is truly material, right? If that makes sense, like everything's energy, frequency, and vibration. None of this would be possible if it were otherwise. Okay, so the principle of vibration, which also says that the vibration we focus on is what we get. You know, your vibe attracts your tribe. Whatever frequency you're vibrating on is what you attract into your life. You can't attract abundance if you're on the vibration of lack or poverty, right? And you vibrate according to what you're putting out into the infinite quantum field. Thing is, a lot of times our vibrations are unconscious because our beliefs are unconscious. We're stuck in these habitual patterns of negative emotions and thoughts and feelings that are not serving us, right? Stuck in ego and egoic structures. The first 7 years of your life, your ego is formed. You have all these unconscious beliefs that you're throwing out into the field, and according to what you're putting out, what is what you're getting back. And that is the principle of vibration. Just to go into that a little bit more as well, Nikola Tesla said, when you think of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. If you heard of Nikola Tesla, I won't get into, I could get into that a little bit, but he had another idea for energy. Thomas Edison was direct current. Tesla was alternating current, and could essentially give free energy to the world. I believe he was recreating what the pyramids were doing. The pyramids actually had tunnels that had residue of electricity conductors. I believe that they were harnessing energy. They're in certain spots aligned with the stars and all the things. I believe they were transmuting energy worldwide wirelessly. And that is what Nikola Tesla was doing. And we will have free energy soon. Mark my words, we will. But so he said, when you think of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, right? So like attracts like. Everything you can shift, you can align to the frequency of that which you desire to create, and you can shift, and things can happen really, really fast. Because when you are on a different vibration, you are going to attract different things to you. All right? The frequency, you gotta be on. It's like a radio station. You gotta tune into the right frequency. Okay, You cannot, if you want to hear 99.9, you can't hear 99.9 on 104.1. You have to turn into the frequency of that which you desire to create, your desired reality. There's levels to it, okay? And so you can shift your vibration. When you shift, your different vibe attracts your tribe. There's just some notes I had there. All right, so to continue with the Hermetic principles. Principle number 4, the principle of polarity or duality. Okay? Carrie, you said that gave you goosebumps. Which one was that? Principle of vibration. All right, so this is number 4, principle of polarity and duality. Basically, everything has an opposite. Excuse me. Jeez. Everything has an opposite here on Earth. We tend to think of things as a good and a bad, you know, right and wrong. It's supposed to be this way, and all these things. But that is completely necessary, okay? Darkness is simply the lack of light. Cold is the lack of heat. We need both to be able to experience. It's contrast. If we didn't have both, we wouldn't be able to experience life on this plane. So that is the principle of polarity or duality. All right, pretty simple. 5, the principle of rhythm, ebb and flow. Everything has a season. All right, we all have different seasons. What we reap, we sow. Or what we sow, we reap. I said that backwards. But that's actually not this one. But we come into different seasons where we are, you know, experiencing different things at different points in our life. 5, though, again, is the principle of rhythm, ebb and flow. Everything has tides, the pendulum swings, right? Different seasons of life. 6 is the principle of cause and effect. This is the one where what we sow, we reap. Every action has a reaction. Every choice, every decision has a consequence or a result, something that stems from it. All right? That is the principle of cause and effect. Principle of gender. Number 7 is the principle of gender, which says that we all have female or feminine and masculine aspects. All right, so some people struggle with that. They're like, how do we have both genders? But it's not on like a physical level. It's the mind. The Bible talks about it, about the bride and the groom. It's actually talking about the subconscious and the self-conscious levels of mind. So we have these feminine and masculine aspects. The masculine energy is all about chasing. Chase, gotta do. You always gotta be doing something. That's the masculine energy. Feminine energy is about relaxing, nurturing, attracting, okay? And we all have both aspects. We all have both genders. So number 7, the principle of gender. We all have masculine and feminine aspects. Gender manifests on all planes. It's about creation. It's not about personal orientation. Okay? Masculine, again, just action, force, do, and the feminine, relax, flow, ease, allow, more intuition, things like that. But it's all about having a balance between the two. We all have both aspects within. So it's all about balance, you guys. Okay? So those are the 7 Hermetic principles. These are, and if you want to look more into like universal law, there's a few more when it comes to universal law. There are laws in the spiritual realms outside of us, in the quantum, or whatever you choose to call it, the infinite field of information outside of us that is creating all things. But there are a few more laws. They govern us, okay? And if you're unaware of these laws, most likely you're breaking them. You're wondering why you're not creating the things you want in your life, because most people are unaware that we're governed by these divine universal laws. So, hi, Chrissy. All right. Went over that. Now I want to talk really quick, just more about how everything is energy, frequency, vibration. When we become aware of that, and that we're vibrating on certain frequencies, and we can attract things according to our beliefs and our thoughts, and we start doing the inner work to transform, awaken, right? We get to that point in the human journey where we make the shift back into the creative orientation. We take our power back, right? But realizing that everything is energy. Everything is infinite and eternal. What we are, spiritual beings, doesn't die. Energy doesn't die, it simply transforms, right? So when someone passes, what is left of them? Only their memory, right? It's the only thing. So in truth, everything is memory. We're all experiencing life through memory, okay? Especially if you're not living in the present moment, okay? A lot of people are living off of past memories, past emotions, and that's when you can get like depressed, or you're living off of future emotions where of worry or anxiety, right? So really what the unknown, present moment, is the best place to create from. Hi Stacy, thanks for jumping on. All right, so everything is memory. Time is an illusion. Anything that really exists is in the present moment, okay? It's the only thing that really exists. It's an infinite, eternal quantum field, infinite time and space, you guys. Thank you, Corey. Thank you for jumping on. So a while back, somebody told me, you're going to be able to see beyond time and space. And I was like, this was maybe a couple years ago. I did not know what they meant until I started studying quantum physics and learning about the quantum and the spiritual and everything outside, because we're so conditioned to focus on the material world and everything going on outside of us, and we neglect our true divine spiritual nature. When they told me I was going to be able to see beyond time and space, I'm like, okay, I don't even know what that means, but all right, sure. But we can move out of being anchored in this 3D experience and begin to create from the quantum, to truly connect with our mind and the power that we have within to create. So the quantum field, the unknown, infinite time and space, it holds all memory and information. The thing is, most people are stuck in the past, like I was saying, or in the future. So they're creating from a space that is not ideal. You want to create from the present moment, the unknown, all right? I have some notes here, and some of my notes I can't even read. They're living off of learned memories from past experiences, or imagining the worst for the future, okay? So you're actually creating your fears. Again, we create through our imagination. What we imagine and think in our mind, we then create in the physical. Everything exists twice. It's created twice. First in the mind, and then manifested into the physical, right? And so most people are stuck in their fears or their worries, their anxieties, and they're not realizing that they're creating that. So when you begin to awaken, that's when you can begin to transmute your pain, to focus it on a vision, on a purpose, and turn it into power when we begin to awaken. So the way to manifest or create with precision is to do so from the present moment and remove all resistance to your desired reality. So we build up resistance. We have these limiting beliefs as to why we cannot create something. And again, they can be passed down, past lives, past generations, in our family, our epigenetics, it's in our DNA, and we're not aware of it. And so these are the vibrations, these are the things we're putting out into this infinite quantum field of pure creative conscious energy, and then that's what's mirrored back to us, right? Hi Jen, thank you for jumping on. It's okay, yeah, this will be available, you can watch it. So we want to be in the present moment to create, and for most people that's difficult. I mean, even for myself at times, right? Because we're, again, so focused and conditioned to focus on the outer world. We have all these things, and that's partially, that's the masculine energy. You want to do, you got to force, you got to chase. Myself, I'm learning to step more into the feminine energy, allow, surrender, right? And just flow, attract. Life isn't meant to be hard. Once we begin to awaken to our power and as alchemists, and we can transmute our shit, shift our shit, and help others then do the same thing, man, that's powerful. It's powerful. So we got to recode our mind, our beliefs, our emotions, so that we don't have this internal conflict within ourselves. We're self-sabotaging, right? We're focused on our pain, on all these things that are happening to us, and we're just creating that, and we suffer unnecessarily, right? It's a battle in the mind. It's you against you. That's all that it is. So you have some wounds and trauma that you keep, these habitual patterns, these things that are no longer serving you. A lot of people are so focused on, I got to fix myself, I got trauma, I got all these things. Yeah, we all have these things, but if you bake a cake and you mess it up, you're not going to try to fix it, you're going to bake a new cake. And what I mean by that metaphor is that you're not broken, you don't need to be fixed. You had to focus on creation. Again, the secret to change is not to focus your energy on fighting the old, but on creating the new. What you went through was for a purpose. Transmute that shit in a second. Shift it, it's gone, release it. You don't have to hold on to it. Oh, but trauma, it takes time to heal. You can just let all that shit go, you guys. You could drop it. You can just drop it. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is a choice. Yeah. I shared a quote earlier, Corey. Dr. Joseph Murphy says, ignorance is the only sin and suffering is the consequence. Or Jesus said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Carl Jung says, until the unconscious becomes conscious, it'll rule your life and you'll call it fate. We don't realize that we're creating our reality by what we're focused on. Because everything's energy, where focus goes, energy flows. What we focus on expands. So if we're focused on our pain, that's what we get. But the minute we begin to awaken and realize who we truly are, and remember our power, that's when we can transmute that so-called negative experience. We can transmute it with love and gratitude and joy and peace, transmute it into something good, something beautiful, and use that as power, right? So you must recode all this stuff. Superconscious transformation recodes. Absolutely powerful. So I'm hoping to finish this with one. This will allow you to start taking action towards what you want. Okay, so once you recode on a superconscious level, you remove the resistance, remove the limiting beliefs, then you're going to be able to start taking action. And that's how you know superconscious transformation recodes are working. If you begin to do things differently. Nothing changes if nothing changes, you guys. If you stay stuck, you choose. It's a choice. You can stay stuck in your pain, in the victim mindset, or you can shift into, no, this is trying to teach me something and I'm going to grow from this, okay? But most people are stuck in that egoic structure. They keep living out these egoic patterns, these habitual things that are not serving them, right? You get addicted to your negative thinking, your negative thoughts, your negative emotions. Literally release neuropeptides and chemicals that you become addicted to, okay? 60 to 70,000 thoughts per day, and every single day, 90% of those thoughts are the exact same thoughts. Most people wake up miserable. You know, you should wake up and say, thank you. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Most people wake up, oh my God, another day. I got to go to work. I don't like my job. I'm this, that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't pay all these bills. Worried about everything outside of us, right? Most people live their lives of quiet desperation, and they go to their graves with their songs still inside of them. That quote is unknown, but I remember Dr. Wayne Dyer saying something like that. And with that being said, I want to talk about the ego, which is formed in our first 7 years of life, okay? So the first 7 years of a child's life are super duper important. Children are very much in the present moment. They're in their imagination. It's the human journey. When you're born, you are a pure creative spirit. And you know that. Okay? But then the individuation process comes in. Individuation is where we get all these beliefs dumped on us from the world, school, teachers, parents, friends, religious institutions, all the things, right? Children, though, they're absorbing things like sponges. In the first 7 years of life, you're in theta. Theta is a very low, hypnotic, like brainwave state. That's why they say kids absorb information like sponges. Information, it's all information being programmed into our minds. We're literally living, breathing biological software. Information, light, energy, all expressed in this infinite field of creative energy. It's so crazy, right? But children, they're curious. They're in their natural state. And then the world starts suppressing that energy, that instinct urge to question. We're taught not to question, but to just conform, right? But I love the Bible verse, be not conformed to the ways of the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, right? We're not called to conform to the ways of this world. Yes, super hypnotic state when they're young. They're just absorbing everything. It's so crucial. Everything that you think that they're not taking it in. And then a kid says something and you're like, where'd you get that from? They are taking everything in. Yeah. So then the world happens to us, right? Don't question, don't do this, whatever. Or drugs, indoctrination in school, whatever it is, mind-numbing work at school, drugs. Like, they tried with Amadeus when he was like 3 years old. We were at an appointment, just real quick, I'll tell you. We were there for a while, and he was like 3 years old. So he began, he's got energy. And the lady in the meeting, and we're in this little office, and she's like, I'm going to give you a number. He needs medicine. And I'm like, what? He's a normal 3-year-old, like a 3-year-old boy. We've been waiting like 2 hours here. No, he doesn't need medicine. By the end of that appointment, I was nursing him, 3 years old, and his sister at the time would have been like 1. I was nursing both of them, and she looked at me, and I looked at her, and I said, yeah, I'm different. And she ended up commending me by the end of this appointment. And I would never put my son on medicine. But they tried. They try to dumb down our children. And I believe this is why the Bible says, to see the kingdom of heaven, you must have the mind of a child. You have to be back, remember who you are, back in your pure creative spirit, your creative structure. Right? Thank you, Corey. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so glad. It was only through like divine revelation, intuition, after having my first son, that I decided against a lot of things, not to do injections or whatever you want to call it. Started researching those and all the different things, and literally within a week of seeing the pediatrician, I decided not to go the typical route and started researching more and more things by the blessing, the grace of God. Like I said, divine intuition told me not to do it, because I have my associate's degree for medical assistance, and I did my internship at a pediatric clinic, and I was taught that's the thing to do. And I had every intention to do it, and woke up just in the nick of time. Hi, Leah. Thanks for jumping on. So, TV, family life, all these things in the first 7 years, they're programmed into us, right? So we have to reawaken. We have to make that shift back into the creative structure. To see the kingdom of heaven, you must have the mind of a child. You must get back to that pure, creative essence where you're in your imagination, right? Totally the grace of God and divine intuition, for sure. Yes, same here. I took microbiology, but the moment I researched, I never looked back. Never will. Yep. I'm at the point of no return. Like, I did not come this far to only come this far. The things that I've learned, the knowledge that I've acquired, I'm in the process of integrating it all within my life to truly transform from the inside out. It's been my personal mission to transform the world, one person at a time, starting with myself. Okay, everybody looks outside. I need this to change. I need that to change. This person, or you don't know what happened to me, what this person did to me. I can't. You know what I mean? No, that's the victim mindset, right? We gotta learn. It's our responsibility. We have to take radical responsibility for our life choices and our decisions. And if we're not happy with where we're at, we can create something new. So we aren't meant to be poisoned. Our children are attacked on all fronts even before they're born. Yeah, like I said, we're being dumbed down, drugged up, and disempowered. That's what I believe. But we are awakening. More and more and more people are awakening, realizing that this reality is just not what we've been taught. Everything, it truly is energy, vibrations, and you attract, even a person who doesn't believe everything's energy, frequency, and vibration has probably heard and believes on some level that you can feel people's vibrations. You've heard of vibrations. You vibe with something or you don't, right? Positive and negative vibrations. So it's all about that. Energy dictates matter, right? So the quantum is the infinite field of possibilities where all information exists. And I want to get back into here. Okay, I want to talk about, real quick, values, right? So it all boils down to what you value. Family, your time, money. What do you value? Do you schedule and prioritize those things? Okay? Most people are not putting their time and their attention into what they actually want to create. They're focused on their pain, like I said, and their problems, and they're in the problem structure, right? And magnetic mind is all about moving out of the problem structure, making that shift, awakening, remembering who we are, taking our power back, and becoming that superconscious creator of our own reality, realizing we are creating our own reality. So truly taking that pain, turning it into that experience, turning it into wisdom for more joy and satisfaction in our lives. Realizing we are creating this and we have the ability to create something new. If you're not happy, it's your responsibility. You're creating your life, okay? Your beliefs, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. There are more souls awakening than they want us to know. I can feel it. It's changing. Things might fall apart first before they get better, but I choose to come here during this time. We all did. We came here to make this world a more loving place. Yes, and I said that in the beginning, that I believe we're all, we stem from source energy. We agree to come here to experience life, to gain wisdom and knowledge, and take it back to God, to source, right? Because we're all vessels for God, source, divine intelligence, infinite creator, whatever you choose to call it. That infinite divine source works through us. Okay? So, there was something else I wanted to say to that. We are awakening more and more, yes. We haven't yet to really tap into the slightest bit of our human potential. Like, we're capable of so much more. But, as far as things falling apart, Corey, I refer to it as the demolition process. I say it's the tearing down of the old so that we can build the new, right? You have to tear down the old before you can build the new, right? And create a new foundation. So, But it's about focusing on what you value and creating a vision and focusing on what you want to create. All right. So do you schedule and do you prioritize these things? Or are you mostly caught up in just other stuff, maybe randomly scrolling on Facebook, wasting so many people just waste so much of their dang time. Time is the most valuable commodity. And what we focus on and give our attention to, we're creating. And when you begin to truly realize that, then you want to give your attention and your focus to things that you actually want to see manifest in your reality, because you realize that's the power that you have to create. So what have you done today to move towards your dreams, your goals, your vision? Right? Man without vision will perish. If you have no vision, you're like a ship without a rudder. Right? So, what have you done today? Are you spending too much time aimlessly scrolling social media with no intentions? Okay? I have it in here somewhere. Right here. It takes intention and attention to create. Okay? Intention first. We set the intention. It comes from our mind. I set the intention to do this or create this. I have the intention to create multi-7-figure elf businesses. They're easy, they're lucrative, and they're fun, right? And then you need the attention, the outside. You need the inner world aligned with the outer world. So you set the intention, you give it your attention and your focus, you take the aligned action and you create it, right? But you must take action, the aligned action. Faith without works is dead. But what stops people from taking action or focusing their attention on what they want to create is the resistance that they have within, the unconscious beliefs and negative emotions that they are holding on to, that are holding them back, right? So, what's his name? Why am I forgetting his name? Not Dr. Joseph Murphy, not Joe Dispenza, Neville Goddard. Neville Goddard has a book called Manifesting Miracles. And he says that the way to manifest miracles is to take your attention off of what you don't want. You see, you focus on it, it expands, it grows, right? So if you don't like something, you take your attention off of it, and it will essentially go away. People think, oh, no, I can't just ignore the problems of the world and they'll disappear. Well, actually, truthfully, really, that's exactly what we need to do. Take our attention off of it, and it will go away, because we're a collective consciousness. What we're focusing on expands. What we focus on, we create. One by one, as we take our power back and focus our attention on what we actually desire to see manifest for the world, and we become living examples of the type of people that we want in the world, we're creating ripple effects in consciousness. We must understand our power. So many people talk about and give energy to that which they don't want, instead of focusing on what they do want to create. Yeah, and there's a scripture in the Bible that says, I do these things. I don't know why I do these things. I don't want to, but I do them. It's because it's unconscious, right? So you have to reprogram your mind, not only on an unconscious or a subconscious level, but the work that I do is actually a step above that, working with the superconscious memory, the highest level of memory or mind. And that's what making the shift is all about. It's shifting back into the creative orientation, awakening, remembering who we are, truly transforming, completing the human journey, making that shift back into the creative structure, understanding that we are pure creative spirits and that we're here to create, and to create a life that we love. We're not just here to suffer and to struggle. No, we're not. And if we are this powerful individually, imagine how powerful we are collectively when we come together and focus on creating the new. And I always say that as well. Together, like, I believe in Christ consciousness. I believe the second coming of Christ is internal. And as we awaken to that, each of us one by one, together we are the body of Christ. Together we are more powerful. It's a level of consciousness. Jesus said, heaven's neither here or there. It's laid out on the earth and man does not see it. It's a level of consciousness. It's about putting off the old self to take on the new self with a new mindset, created to be like God in all righteousness and holiness. We are created in the image of the all-powerful Creator, a limitless God, source, universe, divine intelligence, whatever you choose to call it, it doesn't matter. It's an infinite, eternal quantum field of pure creative conscious energy. That's all it is. Energy, frequency, vibration, light, and information. And that is what quantum physics teaches. And the Hermetic principles, the universal law that I went over, teaches us that our inner world creates our outer world. Our mindset truly creates our reality. Everything is created twice. First in the mind, and then manifested in physical reality. So if you want to begin creating a new life, creating a life that you love, you must start within. You must do the inner work. Shift your inner world to raise your consciousness and manifest heaven on earth. And I believe heaven truly is on earth. Again, I believe it's a level of consciousness. It's here and now. We can choose it. We can choose it now. Okay? And I believe we are here at this time to bring heaven back to earth, to bring the Garden of Eden or whatever, what have you, back to humanity, for us to awaken from thinking that we were separate from the infinite source. Give me a second here. I have a couple more things yet that I would like to go over. I did go over this, right? So separation in truth is an illusion, according to quantum physics. Everything is connected. We're connected to God, the infinite source. We're not separate from our Creator, okay? Source energy. And so when we begin to awaken on this human journey and truly transform and understand our power, then we can begin to transmute our pain and turn it into passion, purpose, and power, so that we can focus on creating this new earth, right? So I went over the individuation process, the human journey. We're pure creative spirits. Our minds become poisoned. We get all these limiting beliefs, all this crap put on us by our family and our friends, school and society and all the things, right? And we get this limited perspective on how the world works, and we create or orient to the world according to those beliefs. And then we begin to awaken at some point in some lifetime here on earth, after finally having enough lessons and experience, and we say, oh my God, I can't take anymore. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And we finally awaken and take radical responsibility for our life and our power as creators. Okay, and we make that shift. We understand our power. We begin to focus on what we want to create. We become super conscious creators. All loving God's source is love. We came from source, so we love in human form. Yeah, that's the thing. God is love. When you vibrate on the frequency of love, you are one with the source. We have gone so far from God, the source, the universe, whatever you want to call it, divine intelligence, infinite creator, doesn't matter, spirit, earth, Mother Gaia. We've gone so far away from love, we've forgotten who we are, our true divine spiritual nature. We're trapped and stuck in fear and survival and these lower emotions. And because most people are, that's their reality, that's their experience, that's their inner world, as within, so without, we are creating this world as a collective consciousness. And so if that's the vibrations that most people are putting out, that's why the world is in the current state that it is. Right? Yeah. Because they are trying to make us think we are separate from. Yeah, we're not separate from God the source, and really when it comes down to it, Corey, there is no they. It's all us. It's all God. It's all the infinite. It's just experiencing. It's like, you can't even fathom all that this is. So for anybody to say that they think they have it all figured out, or their way's right, my way's wrong, or anything like that, is just absurd. I love Socrates, another quote by Socrates. He says, "I am wise, therefore I know one thing. It's that I know nothing." You have to have that growth mindset, constantly learning, expanding, and evolving. What is all this? Who the hell actually knows? That's why my disclaimer says, I encourage you to do your own research, form your own beliefs. Your beliefs are powerful. They create your reality, which is biblical. As a man thinketh, so shall he become. As you believe, so shall it be done unto you. So if people don't believe that we can live in heaven on earth, or that we can change the world, that's why they're not. Because the ones that are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones that usually do. All right? You have to have the belief. So true, because they would indicate separatism. And we're all connected. We are all connected. We all stem from the one source. And so it's a collective consciousness. And the only way to truly transform the world is to transform yourself. Your own transformation is the greatest gift that you can give the world. Because as you transform yourself, your inner world, your beliefs, your mindset, you're creating a ripple effect in consciousness. You're being that living example. You're shining your light out into the world. Shine this thing back. Let your light shine so brightly that others can see their way out of the dark. Okay? That we're not called to tell people what to believe or to force people. If your beliefs are serving you well, I say more power to you. But if you're not living a life that you love, then your beliefs probably aren't serving you well. All right? So that's what making the shift is all about. Shifting back into the creative structure, remembering your power, transforming from the inside out, awakening to more of your full potential as a creative spirit. You guys, we are truly, truly, truly powerful creators. We're creating our experience. And so if you stay stuck in that mindset, that victim mindset of why is all this happening to me, and you have all these pain and this negative emotions and this crap that you're holding onto, it is just not serving you. All right, so what is one of the best ways to release it? Well, on my journey, this is what I have found. I'm just making sure I covered everything. I think, oh no, there's one other thing I wanted to look over. But on my journey, this is what I have found. Superconscious transformation recodes. All right, there's 3 levels to your memory or your mind. You got your ego. Again, I went over that. It's formed in your first 7 years of life. This runs your world, okay? 7 years of life, you get all these beliefs placed on you, very unconscious, and then above that is your unconscious memory. By the time you're 35 years old, 90% of what you do is based on that unconscious programming. You're just, like you learn to drive a car, and then you just do it. You don't have to really think about it. You're getting up, you're feeling the same emotions, you're thinking the same thoughts, and you're creating the same reality every single day, right? Above that memory is your superconscious memory. That's the infinite eternal field. Carl Jung calls it the collective unconscious. It's the infinite field of information. It's all around us. It's like Wi-Fi. You can't see it, smell it, touch it, or taste it, but it's there. It's the infinite quantum field where all possibilities exist. All right? When you can tap into that, you can recode on the highest of levels of memory or mind to release resistance, limiting beliefs, and negative emotions. And this is the process that I use. But really quick, there was something here that I wanted to go over. And then we're going to do a recode, and I'm going to end this. So I'm going through a program with Magnetic Minds. And there was something from here that I just wanted to share really quick. If I can find it. This here. Okay, so this is most people. What I find their so-called problem is people just aren't creating a life that they love. They don't love their life. hate their job, they hate their relationships, they don't have enough time, they don't have enough money, their health sucks. They're not creating a life that they love. All right? Mistake number one that you're making, that we're making, right? We're all in this together. We're all here to transform, help each other grow. But mindset, your mindset is off. If you're not creating a life that you love, your mindset is off. All right? Mindset creates reality. Your mindset is a collection of your beliefs, what you believe is possible for you, what you believe is possible for others, and what you believe is possible for the world. Yes, Jen, vitality shaker. I just have water in there though. But your mindset's off. Why is that a problem? Your mindset creates your reality. Okay? Mistake number two. You're wasting precious time focused on the wrong things. Okay? Why is that a problem? Because where focus goes, energy flows. What you focus on expands. What you focus on and give your attention to, you are creating. So are you focused on your pain, or are you focused on your purpose and power and moving forward and creating something new? Okay? Right? Mistake number three. You're not investing in your personal development. Most people that I know, my crowd is changing, but most people that I'm the closest to are not investing in their personal development. People just don't know. They're focusing their attention, their time, and their energy into their job. They got to work. Most people are just focused on just everything outside of them, not that vision, that purpose, that why. So mistake number three, you're not investing in your personal development. And why is that a problem? You won't grow. If you don't invest in yourself, in your personal development, you don't take time to read, to journal, to, watch positive things. If you're wasting your time filling your mind with garbage, you're not going to grow. You're not going to grow. Okay? Mistake number four, not planning, scheduling, setting intentions, clear goals. Okay? Most people just aren't doing that. Why is that a problem? Because if you don't know where you're going, you're never going to get there. If you're not planning, if you're not writing out your day, scheduling, taking steps towards what you want to create, you're never going to get there. All right? You don't have to be great to get started, but you must get started to be great. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, but you must take a step every single day. Okay, so that's mistake number four. Not planning, not scheduling, not setting clear goals and intentions. All right, and again, it takes intention, setting it internally, and then attention, giving it your attention outside, taking divine inspired actions towards reaching your goals. Instead of just staying stuck in your pain and your negative experiences, you can choose to move forward and create something new. We're beings of free will and choice, guys. We get to choose what we create. So, mistake number four. Mistake number five, you don't take action. And why is that a problem? Faith without works is dead. If you don't take action, you're not moving towards anything. So making your dreams reality requires taking aligned action. All right, so let's recode. When we recode, there are four main choices that you must choose for yourself every single day to recode back into the creative structure, okay? To reorient back into your true divine spiritual nature as a creative spirit. You must choose every single day. 2, 1, I choose to live a life that I love. I choose to live a life that I love. Choosing that for yourself every day. And feeling into it, imagining it for a couple of minutes, preferably in the morning if you have a morning routine, which I am going to make an offer as well. Morning routine is extremely powerful, and I have something for you guys at the end here. But you must choose to live a life that you love. You must feel into that. You must choose to live your true nature and purpose. Your true nature is a pure creative spirit. That is your true nature on a divine spiritual level. And your purpose is to express that creativity in the most authentic way possible. To be you, share your unique gifts with the world, your message, right? Do what you're being called to do, regardless of what people might think or say. You choose to live your true nature and purpose. Pure creative spirit, you express that creativity in the most authentic way possible. You must choose to live a life of health and vitality. I choose to live a life of health and vitality every day, to get better and better in every way, right? To eat healthy, drink more water, exercise, journal, do the meditations, the mindset work, the inner work. The most important, I choose health and vitality emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. And I choose to be the predominant creative force in my life is the fourth core choice. I choose to be the predominant creative force in my life means that you understand you are creating your reality. You're not a victim. You're focusing your attention on what you desire to create. You're choosing to put your attention and your focus into those things rather than what this person said to you yesterday or the situation that's going on outside of you. Most people are just stuck in the drama, in these stories of their lives that are playing out over and over and over and over again. And they're not harnessing their power to create. So I choose to be the predominant creative force in my life. So if you guys want to choose one of those to work on, because you want to release resistance to those core four before you start working on other things, okay? So let's just choose to live a life that we love. I feel like that encompasses so much. So with the superconscious transformation, what are 5 steps to conscious creation? What we're going to do is we're going to choose that. That's the first step. I choose to live a life that I love. We want to feel into that with our imagination, because our imagination is how we create. And that's why I love the quote that says, worry is a complete misuse of your imagination, because what we think about, what we imagine, we create, right? So I choose to live a life that I love. I feel like I need some lip gloss. I want a chapstick, but all right. So I choose to live a life that I love. I want to take a deep breath and just feeling into that. Step into the end results of living a life that you love. What would it be like for you? What things might have to change in your current reality? In what ways might you have to release pain and suffering? What things do you have to let go of? Letting go of all of that. And fully, if you're truly living a life that you love without limitations, what would your ideal day be like? Stepping into your ideal day. I choose to live a life that I love. I wake up every day. I feel amazing. I have a ton of energy. I go through a powerful morning routine, undistracted, uninterrupted. I have my mornings to myself. It's so peaceful. I get myself in a positive, powerful mindset first thing in the morning, ready to take on my day. I schedule, I plan, I set intentions, I set my goals, and I reach my goals. I track everything effortlessly. I have a powerful exercise routine. I stretch, I get out into nature, I ground in the sunshine, I read, I journal, I practice gratitude, I meditate. I choose to live a life that I love. And what are you doing every single day? Who are you with? What are you doing to earn an income? Following your passion, you found your purpose, and it provides you provision. You attract everything effortlessly. You're in ease, grace, and flow. You're happy. You're grateful. What kind of house are you living in? I choose the end result of living a life that I love. I'm living in my dream home. It's everything I ever imagined. It has everything I ever wanted and more. I'm so grateful. What kind of vehicle are you driving? Living a life that you love. What are your relationships like? Happy, healthy, loving relationships. You're surrounded by people who inspire, empower, and uplift you. People who are on your vibration. People who are doing the work like you are. Who are not stuck in lower levels of vibrations and frequencies trying to drag you down or suck up your energy. You are living a life that you love, and you are surrounded by amazing people. I choose the end result of living a life that I love. And what does your bank account look like? Where are you bringing income in from? Multiple sources? Multiple businesses, elf businesses? They're easy, they're lucrative, and they're fun. You're just living your mission, your passion, and your purpose, and you're just attracting all of this to you effortlessly. Everything truly is energy, and you have shifted. Everything is just falling into place as if by magic. Magic, miracles, alchemy. You have learned to harness the laws of the universe, the hermetic principles. You've mastered your inner world, your power, and you're truly creating a life that you love. What do you have? What has changed from your current life now? And how does it feel knowing that you get to choose this and you create it? And having these things show up in your life, how does that feel? Amazing, I feel powerful, I feel confident, I feel grateful. I'm so grateful. Those who are grateful will be given in abundance, and those who are not, even what they have will be taken from them. That's called the Matthew effect. It's actually a scripture in the book of Matthew, right? So what we focus on, we're focused on our blessings and our abundance, and they are multiplied. I have more than enough money. Money flows in and out of my life abundantly and effortlessly. I'm living my passion, my mission, my purpose. I'm shifting the consciousness of humanity. I'm doing what I love with the people that I love the most. Traveling the world. I'm a published author. What things are coming up for you? Living a life that you love. You're creating all of that. Feel into it. And compared to that, we're going to create this structure, right? So that's what you want to create. Now, where are you now? I choose to live a life that I love, but right now, life seems a little hard. I'm holding on to the pain. I'm suffering. I'm struggling. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I'm not in the house of my dreams. I don't have the car that I would really love to have. All right, get back from their bike ride. Okay, so bringing up that structure. Structure is anything with two or more points. We're bringing up the gap, where you are and where you want to be. Okay? Hey, bro. Well, I'm almost done. Right? So I choose to live a life that I love, but right now, it's hard. I'm struggling. My business is taking too long. I'm not making enough money. I feel like I'm not enough. I'm not capable. I'm not worthy. I don't belong. I'm insignificant. I'm not perfect. It's just too hard. It happens for others. It can't happen for me. I can't live a life that I love. Look at the world. Look at all these things that are happening. The world is a horrible place. I can't live a life that I love. All these people around me, or this situation that happened to me, I'm a victim. I have no control. I feel powerless. I'm frustrated. I'm angry. Bringing everything up, all the resistance, we're triggering the resistance, the limiting beliefs into the active experience. Okay? Rate that resistance on a scale of 1 to 10. You can share your number in the chat if you'd like. What is your resistance to living a life that you love on a scale of 1 to 10? Then if you can just give me permission to connect with your superconscious aspect where everything is already connected, but just for integrity purposes, I'm going to connect with your superconscious. Just I give Andrea permission to connect with my superconscious to help me turn my pain, my experience into more wisdom, joy, and satisfaction so that I can create a life that I love. Okay? Awesome, Corey. So your number is not even very high. Like you're so focused already on the good that surrounds you and all those things. You truly are already living a life that you love, you know? So just have a little bit of resistance to that. So let's shift that. Let's shift that. So superconscious is infinite. It's omnipresent. It's omnipotent. It sees everything and knows everything. Okay, it's this infinite quantum field of pure creative conscious energy. So it sees these beliefs that we've been putting out unconsciously. These beliefs that say I'm not worthy, I'm not capable, I'm insignificant, I don't belong, I'm not perfect, I'm not enough. Superconscious, we want to tag and treat those beliefs and do a massive change history on everything in the field as needed. And I would also like to just mention that this method is based on proven neuroscience, you guys. Okay, so this is firing and wiring new things, new neurological pathways in your brain that are going to lead to a new experience. Okay? It's also based on universal law, alchemy, epigenetics, which tells us we can recode our DNA. Our identity is not set in stone. So we want to tag and treat all beliefs that are not in alignment with the true choice. I choose to live a life that I love. Tag and treat all unconscious beliefs passed down in family generations, generational history, past lives, breaking all soul contracts, soul agreements, soul ties, anything that's no longer in alignment with this true choice. I choose to live a life that I love. Going way back in family history, as far back, removing everything unconscious that's been in the way, keeping us stuck or oscillating, moving back and forth in this structure, keeping us from truly moving forward to living a life that we love. We want to tag and treat all the emotions of doubt, fear, frustration, anger, guilt, bitterness, unforgiveness, resentment, shame, anything that is no longer serving us, keeping us in lower densities and tied to the 3D in fear and in survival. We want to tag and treat, do a massive change history. We want to swap out our limiting beliefs and our negative emotions for new empowering beliefs, positive emotions. I am capable. I am worthy. I am enough. I am significant. I belong. I am perfect. I am confident. I am powerful. I am an influential leader. I am grateful. Ground in new beliefs, new emotions, tag and treat anything no longer in alignment in the field. We want to tag and treat all identities, all old identities, part-time personalities, or aspects of ourself, of our consciousness that are not in alignment. Any identities, the wounded child, the traumatized individual, the people pleaser, the controller, any aspect, part-time personality or identity that is pulling us back, telling us it's not safe to live a life that we love. We want to tag and treat those identities, integrating them into one as a whole, realizing no parts have to die. We're integrating everything, turning all of the experience into more joy and satisfaction. Tag and treat all identities, do a massive change history as needed in the perfect way, in the perfect order. We want to tag and treat all bodies, all chakras, from the crown through the pineal glands, opening that up fully to higher frequencies. We actually want to activate the piezoelectric effect on the pineal gland, activating tiny calcite crystals, opening us up to these higher frequencies so that we can tune in to these higher levels of consciousness, quantum leap, and shift into a new timeline where we truly are living a life that we love, where we can tune right into this new frequency of love, joy, peace, abundance, prosperity, and wealth, and attracting everything to us effortlessly, fully stepping into feminine energy, where we're truly just attracting everything to us, and moving down and opening up the throat chakra for us to be able to speak our truth and share our message authentically, wholly, truly taking then, moving down into the heart chakra, healing the heart chakra, taking that pain, turning that pain and that experience into wisdom, and taking those lessons and opening the throat chakra so that we can share them with the world, share our experience to help others, to be of service to others. Understand that that's the human journey, to experience life. We're not meant to hold on to the pain and suffer. Releasing it, expanding the heart chakra, opening up the electromagnetic field around our heart chakra, releasing all dark, dense, negative energies from all of our bodies, emotional, physical, spiritual, and mental, so that we can fully expand our heart chakra, move out of fear and survival. In the root chakra, we want to push all that out, because when we're stuck in fear and survival, we're depleting the field around our heart, and we're depleting the energy and our attraction factor, right? We want to attract according to love, so expanding our heart chakras, healing on all levels, pushing everything out, down through the sacral and the solar plexus, and out of the root chakra into Mother Earth, into Gaia, to be transmuted. We're going to transmute all of the energy, all of the dark, negative, dense energies that we've been holding on to, clearing and cleansing on all levels, bringing in divine light to recalibrate, restructure our DNA, activate new portions of our DNA to help us reach new levels of our full potential at this time, to quantum leap into this new timeline so we can do, be, and have everything we need to be, do, and have everything we're being called to do at this time. So we want to tag and treat all bodies, all chakras, all systems, organs, everything internally, anything that's been stuck, trapped, releasing it now, any negative emotions, limiting beliefs that might be causing dis-ease, illness within the bodies, any of the bodies, releasing it all now on every level. Tag and treat all memories, quantum and tandem memories, all timelines, past, present, and future. We're now choosing to live a life that we love, and anything that is no longer in alignment with that true choice we want to release. We choose to be in the present moment, focused on gratitude, our blessings and abundance that surround us, and creating more of that in our lives. Tag and treat any leftover resistance, limiting beliefs, or negative emotions. Do a massive change history on everything in the field as needed, in the perfect way, in the perfect order, for us to release, break down, remove these unconscious beliefs that are keeping us stuck from moving forward, to truly be in flow and be the magnet being pulled towards our desired reality, which is to create a life that we love. I choose to live a life that I love. Ground all memories, 1, 2, and 3, the self-conscious ego, the unconscious subconscious mind, and the superconscious, back into the matrix of this 3D universe where we have this 3D human experience, but there is so much more beyond all of this. Taking a few deep breaths and allowing everything to process. It's just all information, so much information, and so much information that you guys got over the past, I don't know, how long have we been on here? Hour and a half, something like that. Allowing everything to process, you guys. The process, the human journey and awakening, it's a lot, right? When you begin, it's like confusion and then anger, and then it's like, okay, at some point then you got to find peace with it all, right? Like, it's all information. We have to unlearn and relearn. We have to be willing to reprogram, recode our minds with new information. The information we've been programmed with is not serving us, right? Thank you from the depths of my soul. So you're so very, very welcome. And you should realize, you should notice that your number, your resistance number has gone down, right? And so you want to work on those core 4 choices. Hi, Steph. Thank you for jumping on. I'm actually almost done here. I'm about to jump off. So you're welcome to watch the replay if you'd like. Hope your baby's doing well, Steph. I'm due any time now. I don't know. You are in alignment with your true gifts and purpose. Thank you for shining your light and sharing it with the world. You're welcome, Corey. Thank you. I love you. I'm so glad that we connected. So I did want to make a quick offer. Basically, it's create a life that you love in 2 hours a day, you guys. So morning routine is so, so, so powerful. And if you can get in the habit of doing a morning routine every single day and doing a few activities, meditation, priming, journaling. Thank you, Steph. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you're welcome. Meditation, priming your mind, okay? Setting intentions for your day, scheduling, right? Prioritizing your schedule, practicing gratitude. There's a few things that you can do every single morning that will make radical transformations in your life over time, right? Of course, consistency is key. You must show up and do the work. But what I'm offering is to help you create a life that you love in just 2 hours a day with a powerful morning routine. It might not even take 2 hours every morning, to be honest with you. Depends where you're at with your vision, your mission, your purpose. But there's some main things that we go through: meditation, priming, journaling, gratitude. Then the most important thing, choosing the core 4 choices every single morning, stepping into and feeling into each one of those, and then doing a recode every morning as well. And so basically with this offer, you're going to also get access to my course, Total Transformation, which is a 12-week course where you're going to learn this process. You're going to do a whole bunch of what are the processes to help you release all of your stuff and shift all of your shit, right? But then you're also going to learn this process. I'll be right with you, baby. You're going to learn this process for yourself. So it'll basically be the last course like that you will ever need, because you're going to learn how to do this for yourself. Of course, you know, it's more enjoyable to have a coach or somebody else to do it for you. But if you know how to do it and you have access to hundreds of pre-recorded, you know, sessions, this is a powerful, powerful process. Like I said, it's based on ancient hermetic principles, which are all is mind, the quantum field, as within, so without, your inner world creates your reality, alchemy, universal law, epigenetics, and proven neuroscience, you guys. Proven. This is not woo-woo. This is proven neuroscience. Helps you shift your mindset on a super conscious level, outside of your ego and your unconscious, to help you shift the information, shift your inner world in such a way that you create a new reality outside, because that is how we create, from the inside out, okay? So it helps you align your beliefs, your emotions, with what you actually say you want. So you get access to Total Transformation, how to shift your beliefs, overcome your negative mindset, and create a life of abundance. A whole bunch of other bonuses in there, 7-day shifts around relationships, around health, wealth, prosperity, abundance, finding your purpose. You also get access to the Magnetic Mind Masterclass, which is like $2,000 value in itself, you guys. And then the morning routine, live every morning. And so I will help you create a life that you love in just 2 hours a day, you guys. You get access to all of that, tons of recodes. So if you're interested, please reach out and I will give you more information on different ways that you can work with me. All right. And I want to overload you with too much information. Clarity is key. So if you're interested in learning more, just message me with any questions. My baby, come, baby, come. 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 She wants to say hi. Hi. Wipe those tears. They were out. Dad took them all out so I could jump on and do this. Now they're back. She says this. She wants to nurse. That was like her first word. This. You want this? Yeah, she wants this. Okay, guys. So I'm going to jump off. Thank you for attending. You can share this out. Share with your friends. Share the replay if you received value, if it served you well. Thank you, Corey. Please share it out. And we're going to jump off. Truth, love, and light. And have a namaste. Bye, guys. Say bye. Say bye. Bye. Bye.